Hello friends, good evening all of you. Today's session we are going to see about research aptitude. Second unit, this topic types of variables in research and types of research also. So both topics are very important. Let's move on to the topic now. So first there are different types of variables in research. So first one, independent variable, dependent variables, mediating variables, moderating variables, control variables, composite variables, extraneous variables, quantitative variables, qualitative, latent and confounding variables. First one, what is independent variable? The independent variable is the factor that researchers deliberately changes or manipulate the study its effects of another variable. So it is considered the cause and experiment because the control by the researcher. So your research topic have taken for effect and salt concentration on the plant growth. So the amount of salt added to each plant's water is the independent variable because the researchers change the salt the concentration to observe actually its effect on plant growth. What is dependent variable? So the dependent variable is the outcome or response that is measured in the research study. It depends on changes made to the independent variable and is considered an effect in an experiment. So here the plant growth measured by its height or number of leaves. So is the independent variable because the changes is response to the amount of salt added to the water. What is control variable? A control variable is the factor that is kept constant throughout the experiment to ensure that the results are influenced by only the independent variable. So controlling this variable helps to improve the accuracy and reliability. So here, for example, the type of plant, amount of water, soil type, sunlight and temperature and pot sizes are control variables because they are kept the same for all the plants. Next one, extraneous variables are. So an extraneous variables in any factor other than the independent variable that may influence the dependent variable. If not controlled, it may affect the research results. So here like factors such as humidity, pest attack, and room temperature are extraneous variables because they may affect plant growth even though they are not part of the study actually. Confounding variables are. So the confounding variables is an uncontrolled factor that influences both the independent and dependent variables, making it difficult to determine the true relationship between them. For example, we can take effect of exercise on weight loss. So the participants' diet and the confounding variable because the healthier eating habits can influence weight loss along with exercise, making it difficult to identify the actual cause what happened. Moderator variable. So a moderator variable is a factor that changes of strength and direction of the relationship between independent and dependent variables. So it explains actually when and for whom the relationship is stronger and weaker. So for example, here we can take research topic effect of study as an academic performance. Student motivation is the moderator variable because highly motivated students maybe will get benefited and more compared than the less motivated the students like this. And the mediator interventing variable. So mediator means almost it's it's an intermediate between the independent and dependent. The same thing here, it explains how or why the independent variable affects the dependent variable. It acts like a bridge between the cause and effect. So like for example, effect of employee training on job performance. So employee skills level of is the mediator variable because training improves employee skills, which in turn improves their job performance. And qualitative variable. Qualitative means non-numerical. It represents the characteristics or categories that describe qualities rather than numerical values. So that is numerical means quantitative. Yes. So these variables are usually expressed as label and groups, not in the numbers. Like customer satisfaction survey. So whether this is full and full given the words actually gender, blood group, occupations and marital status, yes or no, like this. So are qualitative variables because they are not mentioning in the numerical values. And quantitative variables are represent the numerical values that can be measured and counted actually. So these variables are expressed using the numbers and analyzed statistically. Like health assessment study, we can take what is the age and height, weight, blood pressure, how much, and blood sugar level, how much. These are the things, everything is quantitative. It measures in the numerical term. And discrete variables. Discrete variables are a type of quantitative variable that takes only specific uncountable values. It cannot have a fractional or decimal values like school attendance study. So while taking the present attendance in the classroom, we will take it's a whole numbers only. It's not a decimal or it's a fractional values. So continuous variable. So the continuous variable is a quantitative variable that can take any value within the given range. It is measured rather than counted. For example, research topic we can take at the health assessment study. So here height, weight, body temperature and blood level, sugar level is a continuous variable because it can have a decimal values and measured in the continuous scale. Okay, so now we are going to move on to the types of research. So we have different types of research: basic research and applied research, quantitative research, qualitative research, mixed method research, experimental and descriptive, correlational, exploratory and explanatory, and linguistical research and cross-sectional research. This we are going to see with definition and example. But this page you can take while exam time to revise this one actually. Okay, now we can move on to the definition. First one, basic research. What is a basic research? Means the fundamental research or pure research. It's conducted to expand existing knowledge and develop a new theory without focusing on immediate practical applications. It will take time to improve and understanding the concept, principles, and everything. Example, a scientist studies how neurons communicate in the human brain to understand memory formation without intending to develop a treatment immediately. Next one, applied research. Applied research is conducted to solve specific real-world problems by applying existing theories and scientific knowledge. The results are intended for a practical use actually. So, for example, we can take it a researcher develops an AI-based system to detect diabetic and retinopathy from retinal images and assist doctors' early diagnosis. Next one, quantitative research. So quantitative research involves collecting and analyzing numerical data using statistical techniques. It is used to measure variables, test hypotheses, and identify the pattern or relationship. So example, we can take exam scores. They are getting is a 500 students to determine whether the online learning improves academic performance. And qualitative research, qualitative means it's like a wording. So qualitative research focus on its a quality, so understanding the people experience and opinion and beliefs and behavior through non-numerical data like interviews, observations. We can take what anything. Example, interview college student to understand their experience and challenges, or we can take any feedback systems. For example, student teaching process, we can take the feedback system. For example, whether this is a good, very good and excellent, it's a nominal, natural, like this. So dissatisfied, like this we are giving quality this research. And mixed method research is a research combines both quantitative and qualitative approaches to provide a more comprehensive understanding of research problem. Example, we collect a survey data on student performance and also conduct the interviews to understand the student learning experiences. And experimental research. So experimental research investigates cause and effect relationship by manipulating one or more independent variables while controlling the other variables. Like we can take its studies affect the fertilizer type and plant growth. So by applying different fertilizers, keeping water, sunlight and soil constant, it's absorbing that one. And descriptive research, it aims to describe the characteristics, behavior or current status of a population and phenomenon without manipulating any variable. Like surveys conducted to determine the percentage of college students using smartphones for online learning. And next one, correlational research. So this examines the relationship between two or more variables without determining whether one causes the other. Or like the study investigate the relationship between study hours and academic performance, how much they got. Like this, just say to this. And exploratory research. This research is conducted when little information is available about a problem. It helps researchers gain insights and identify key issues and formulate hypotheses and future studies also. So researchers investigate the challenges of using, for example, artificial intelligence in agriculture before conducting that large scale research. And explanatory casual research. So this aims to explain why and how a particular event occurs by identifying cause and effect relationship. Your research investigates why employees working remotely show so higher productivity by analyzing factors such as flexibility, work environment, and technology. And linguistical research. This research involves collecting data from the same participants over a long period to observe the changes and trends over time. Like 100 diabetic patients for 5 years to evaluate the long-term effectiveness of a new treatment. Cross-sectional research, it collect the data from different individuals or groups at a single point in time to compare characteristics of opinions. Your survey compare the stress level of first year, second years, and third years and final year during one academic semester. Okay, so these are the actually the types of research and types of variables in research actually. So fill and fill theory part only. This is a keywords only I have taken to understand this one. It's no, it's more than enough. Just we can read it's a definition itself. It's more than enough to answer the question. They will ask you direct questions only from this part. Definition they will ask you or some actually I have given example. No, like this they will give some scenarios and they will ask whether this is what types of research and what types of variables we have used. So like this they will ask the questions. So next class we are going to see the and steps of research also and positivism questions, very important topic actually. With PYQs we can see next video. So thank you all of you. Thank you once again.